Well, Lids for Kids have prevented over 30 tonnes of plastic bottle lids from ending up in landfill. What an achievement, 30 tonnes. Can you imagine that amount of plastic bottle lids? And this successful volunteer project that was founded right here in the ACT rescues, recycles and repurposes plastic bottle lids into sustainable products. And now Lids for Kids is hoping to establish a one-stop drop-off recycling centre in Canberra to keep this project going, but also to ensure more of our plastics stay out of the tip, not just the lids. The founder, Tim Miller, joins me now. Very good morning to you, Tim. You've had incredible success, but you've also been hosting plastic sorting workshops locally, Tim. How's it going?
Yeah, thanks very much, Claire. Yeah, it's been fantastic, actually. When I started this, I guess basically this plastic rescuing project a year ago, I had no idea of it going viral and of the community support that we would have for it. And the fact that it's just snowballed from month to month, I found myself now hosting these community workshops with all different social charities and social groups, and the benefits that there's been from young, really, really young kids to the elderly in being involved with it. It's been fantastic.
And so it sounds like you need a new home. What are you hoping to achieve?
Yeah, what we desperately need and what we've been doing so far, if you can imagine, like I've heard that every single not-for-profit startup starts in Canberra. And over the last 12 months, just because we've been hosting so many workshops, and you mentioned before how much plastic we've rescued, and look, we've got over 250 collection points in Canberra that are doing this for us, but we literally don't have a home in Belconnen where our volunteers can come in, have a look at all the different plastics and all the other items smaller than a credit card that can't currently be recycled, and just volunteer to help us sort it all and make sure it goes off to the right place. Because one of the things that is fantastic is, look, this idea isn't new, and I'm by no means the first. Like, people have been collecting and rescuing items from landfill for decades, and there's lots of brilliant charities around Australia where you can send off your glasses and batteries and phones and e-waste, and Lids for Kids is just another item that's critical to keep out of landfill. But you can post them off and you can drop them off to 200 different locations around Canberra, but there's no one-stop shop for anyone that's time poor or elderly or got a disability or just isn't physically capable of dropping them all off by one. We just haven't been able to get a premises in Belconnen where people can just come and do that and help us out.
At 12 minutes to 8, you're listening to Tim Miller, the founder of Lids for Kids in the ACT. And you've started a petition calling on the ACT government to help. You want to create as we've been hearing, a one-stop shop where people passionate about preventing unnecessary waste can walk in and drop off their items at a single location. How's the petition fared, Tim?
It's been going brilliantly, actually. We've been very fortunate that because this idea resonates with every part of the community, that, you know, every day we're getting hundreds of more signatures, and it's only been up for about 10 days. So I think we're sitting around 1,500 already. And all we wanted to do, look, we don't mind in the end who does it. We don't have any ego or trademark in the project. We just want, and I think it's the same around, there's so many people passionate about going zero waste and keeping plastic out of landfill, that they've been signing it and sharing the petition for us, and that's what we've been sending out to each of the local candidates. And yeah, we've been getting some great responses back so far.
Tim, does it matter where the location is in terms of where you do the work and also where you muster your volunteers?
Look, technically it doesn't. We've just found out physically that most of the community groups we have, because we are Belco-based, and we've got a lot of Belconnen schools and both universities are nearby here, and a lot of the recycling centres, we found that we're quite central in regard to being able to drop stuff off at Mitchell and down at Hume. But honestly, it doesn't matter where it is. If we could find a building owner anywhere in Canberra that would be willing to donate us a couple of hundred square metres of space, or if the ACT government could either build us it would just make sense to have it out near the green shed or out near the recycling centre, wouldn't it? So that when people are taking out their land rubbish and dropping off car batteries and oil and furniture, that the next stop would be to have a shed out there where they could just drop off all of their household consumables. And then we would just, look, we're not looking to duplicate or step on top of any of the brilliant collection initiatives that are out there. We would then collect it and send it off to those guys. It's just wanting to be able to offer that, just the convenience for people that are really busy, but also all those, I've met so many lovely people that look after people in the disability sector where they have their jars across the windowsill that are filled with bread clips and batteries and stuff. We just want them to be able to come in and then help us sort it.
Is any other state or territory, anywhere else in Australia, already doing this, a one-stop recycling station, or even elsewhere in the world, Tim?
Yeah, unfortunately, even though Australia, we like to be quite proud that we're quite ahead in a lot of things, but worldwide, this concept of sorting at the source has been going on for a long time. And there's a brilliant group here in Canberra, that are focused on zero waste. And, they held a festival last year where they showcased what was happening in all countries like Italy and Germany and Japan and North America and even Africa, where some of these poorest communities, at the end of every street, they have 7 bins where people are able to walk up and then put in their hard plastic, soft plastic, glass, batteries, phones, e-waste, and then the council would come in and take that off to the right places. As best as I know, there's probably only 2 or 3 local councils in Australia where you can go to the council and drop off those individual things. But as far as Canberra goes, the private sector's been pretty good. So you can go to some optometrists and drop off your glasses. You can go to some dentists to drop off your toothbrushes and toothpaste. But as far as what we really want to do, we want ACT government to be the leader in Australia and be the first one to set up a dedicated government run for the community and with community volunteers to, help educate people. Because there's literally so many items that people don't realise that if they put in their yellow lid bin, it doesn't make it to where it needs to go. So sorting at the source direct from the household is what we need to do.
8 minutes to 8 on ABC Radio Canberra with Adrienne Francis. And here we are, right in the midst of an ACT election. The Belko Party candidate for the upcoming election, Chick Henry, this morning has committed that if elected, that party would demand a new ACT government provide $20,000 to assist the charity Lids for Kids to establish a one-stop drop-off recycling centre in Belconnen. What are your thoughts, Tim? And is there support from all the parties this election?
Yeah, there is. And look, we're pretty excited to have an announcement that's specific from Chick and the Belko Party, specifically because, look, nothing against I've lived in all parts of Canberra. It's just that at the moment, because we are a Belko-based charity, I'm particularly Belko proud. So to have those guys announce that is great. But I've got to say that we have had personal support from candidates from every party that have, over the last 12 months, they've volunteered at the very basic level, like coming and picking up lids to wash for us. We've had candidates that have offered to have collection bins at their actual local party offices and at their ACT government offices, which is brilliant. And all 4 parties have gotten back to us in the last 48 hours. And so we've got their statements on our petition and on our website. So if people would just look, if you just Facebook or Google Lids for Kids with the number 4, you'll find our petition, and we'll have statements from all 4 parties there. But I've got to say that all 4 of them have given us a very positive response, which I'm pleased to share, because obviously as a charity we're apolitical.
Tim, thanks for joining us.
No, thanks very much for the time and having us on, and congratulations on everything you're doing, and thanks for supporting all the small charities out there and helping us get our word out. We really appreciate the ABC.
It's a pleasure. Tim Miller, the founder of Lids for Kids on ABC Radio Canberra. You're with Adrienne Francis at 6 minutes to 8. Always great to be with you. If you're listening in and you didn't quite catch the petition details, if you want to take more of a look about the petition that Lids for Kids Australia are involved in, simply search Lids for Kids on change.org as we